start.
Welcome to the fifth and final video of the Hilltop garden. We were only coming maybe once or twice a week at the end of the summer, but here was our final harvest of fresher kinds of vegetables. You can see tomatoes here on the left and the chili peppers bottom, more tomatoes and fresh greens and beets. Not all of our tomatoes are shown here, but we definitely harvested 25 to 30 kilos of them. The temperatures had been a lot colder recently, so on this day we decided to harvest all of our potatoes. I had never grown potatoes before, so it was a good learning experience for me. Potatoes are actually pretty simple to grow. Just plant the spuds into the ground and then gradually keep putting soil over the top of them. I don't know if we got really lucky or if the ground quality was really good, but our potato greens, or the bushes, grew to almost about a meter high, and each spud that we put into the ground produced about 10 potatoes or so. Some of them you can see are really big, bigger than a softball. This was actually one of the mistakes that we had made. We weren't covering them with ground at the beginning, so some of the potatoes, they had green spots on the surface. I think the potato itself is still edible, but you just have to cut the green parts off. I'm not sure how serious it would be if you were to eat the green parts on a potato, but I read online that you could get a really upset stomach from it. There are definitely a lot of challenges growing in Zone 4A, but potatoes is definitely one of the easier ones to grow, so if you like potatoes or if you're in a harsher growing zone, I would definitely recommend this one. One of the great things about potatoes is that you can grow a lot, and as long as you keep them in a cold, dry place and out of direct sunlight, they'll be able to keep for a long time, so you can really stock up on a good supply. I think my favorite way to cook them is to peel them, then cut them into some cubes. Then usually what I'll do is I'll cook some ground beef in a frying pan. Then I'll remove the ground beef from the frying pan, but leave the oil, the tallow, into the pan. Then I'll add those cubes into the frying pan, cook them in the tallow until they get golden, brown, crispy kind of thing. And then I'll reintroduce the meat into the pan with the potatoes, mix it up, and have that with some sea salt and maybe some ketchup or something. If you're wondering about the tool that we're using, it's something that I got in Seki in Gifu, Japan. It's the perfect size for small to medium scale farming. One side is like a sharp garden hoe, and the other side is like a 4-prong fork, really pointy too. Here we are harvesting the carrots. This did not go too well. I think the main problem was the ground was too rocky. We had tilled the ground and we had taken out a lot of rocks, but it still seemed to be full of rocks, and rocks just kept rising up from beneath. I think we had a successful onion harvest. Onions, like potatoes, can be kept for a long time. You just have to cure them. I think the best way to do that is to keep them in an open garage, hang them upside down, and let the air hit them. And if you do that for about 1 month, they should be good for 6 months or so.